Ahlan, ismi Michelle, أنا الانتربريت جايد, أنا in Mas. Finally made it to Egypt. I'm currently in Cairo, as you can tell by the pyramids behind me, and I'll be exploring the city and many of the ancient Egyptian temples along the Nile for the next 9 days. So with that in mind, let's go and explore ancient Egypt. Here we are at the Egyptian Museum in Cairo. Now there are over 100,000 pieces inside, including the mummy's room. Philae Temple, which actually translates to the Temple of Love. Now the Philae Temple was dedicated to the god Isis. Now the Egyptians, they built a temple to Isis in 330 BC, and then later on the Greeks and the Germans also built their own temples dedicated to the same god Isis. Now the reason why they did that is because they wanted to show friendship with the Egyptians. So this is the main entrance behind me to the Greek temple. Over this way is the Egyptian temple, and around the corner is the Roman temple. Now the temples that you see behind me, so all three of them, they weren't actually located here. They were located on an opposite island. Now the reason why they moved the temple here was because when they built the new Nile Dam, the water raised and it basically was threatening to flood the area. So UNESCO came in, put numbers on every single block and moved them all here. So it took them 8 years to do that. So currently exploring the Valley of the Kings. Now this is where all the pharaohs were buried in the New Kingdom of ancient Egypt. So the pyramids were from the Old Kingdom, and basically they had the pyramids on top of the tomb, but it was easy for people to loot the tombs and take all the treasures. So they decided to move all the burial chambers all the tombs to the Valley of the Kings, which is where we are now. And the mountain itself has its own pyramid, so that's basically the replacement for the actual pyramids that you see in Giza. And that up there is the pyramid. and right to left, and all you need to do is look at the characters that are in the hieroglyphics to understand from which direction you need to start. So for example, you've got this falcon here, so it's facing to the right, so that means you would start from the right and move your way to the left, and it's always top down. Outside of Cairo, and here is the Djoser pyramid. This is the step pyramid, which dates back to 2700 BC. Now this was built in the 3rd dynasty, so this is one dynasty earlier than when the pyramids of Giza were built, and it's basically a precursor to the smooth pyramids that the pharaohs built in the 4th dynasty. So they're basically still experimenting at this time, and as you can see, it's got different levels that looks like steps, but then later on they decided that they wanted to make it appear like a complete pyramid and make it look like just one block of stone. If you have any questions whatsoever about my experience here in Egypt, getting around, any tips on language learning, please let me know. If you've enjoyed the video, leave a nice big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Shukran.